as Bishop Penman said, I am Pastor Annemarie Hartner Cook. Could not be more proud of that maiden name. And I am the program director for the Faith Alive initiative here in the Southeastern Pennsylvania Synod. And it is already my dream job. So thank you. Yeah, I am so excited to be here. Let me tell you a little bit about me. I was born in Philadelphia. That's right. On October 5th, 1980, when the Eagles beat the Redskins, or the Commanders, the formerly the Commanders. We'll call them that forever. My parents lived in what is Juniata Park, Tampa Street. For 2 years I lived there, so I have some cred in Philadelphia. After that, they moved to South Jersey. I'm sorry. I had nothing to do with it. I don't know. I liked row house life. It was fine. So I grew up in southern New Jersey. My parents, coming from a Roman Catholic background, were looking for a new church experience, stumbled across a Lutheran church in about 1986 that happened to have a female pastor. I have never known that I couldn't be a pastor. And I've related this to Bishop Burkett when she was sharing about her experiences being some of the first women pastors. So I am standing on the shoulders of greatness. But in that church, I grew up knowing that I could be anything, and that worship was something that I belonged in and could participate in as fully as I possibly could. As an 8, 9-year-old kid, I had memorized both setting 1 and setting 2 in the LBW. And I was very confused as to why everyone else had to hold the book. Like, didn't they also know all the words, all the prayers? In fact, when I go to places where we're singing, this is that setting, I'm like, my heart is just, whew, it lives in my soul, right? Don't worry, it's in ELW. We love 3 and 4, settings 3 and 4. I grew up knowing that the church was a place for children and that worship was something that children could be involved in from day one. And I am grateful for that experience because it helped me to see that as a leader in the church, one of the roles that I have is to make sure that every child in those spaces knows that they belong there and that worship belongs to them as much as it belongs to the rest of us. I went to the Lutheran Theological Seminary in Philadelphia. That's right. I didn't graduate in this building, but I've been to graduations here. And in my education, in my field education sites, my first one was Immanuel in West Philadelphia with Pastor Jackson. And my second year was in Grace in Royersford with Pastor Neff. Dr. Leonard sent me to Connecticut for internship by accident. And that's a good Dr. Leonard story. But in all of those places, I learned instantly that children were really important to the life of congregations. This ministry, this opportunity is about making sure that congregations can better welcome children in worship in ways that match what that congregation already does and has. We are guided by this verse from Matthew that Jesus said, "Let the children come to me and do not stop them." At the beginning of this work, it's that second clause that is stuck in my mind. Do not stop them. This is the guiding verse for this entire grant. This is what leads us into worship. This is what leads us into knowing that it is important and vital that we welcome children in worship exactly as they are, without expectations that they be something that they cannot be. 3-year-olds are 3-year-olds are 3-year-olds. If you've had a 3-year-old, you know what I'm talking about. No one warns you about 3-year-olds. You think 2 is going to be the worst. But 3-year-olds belong in worship as much as 8, 9, 10-year-olds belong there too. The work that we do together in worship is a collective movement. It's a collective prayer. It is collective amongst us all. This work of Faith Alive is about making sure that we include and see all that are around us. This work is going to look different in every single congregation, because worship at its heart is contextual. It is always about the space that you have, the people you have, the leaders, the books, the resources, the screens, whatever it is you have to use will determine how your worship looks, and that makes this project super easy. Create a curriculum that everyone can use in every context. Go, right. But we are creating a process that helps us to evaluate, deconstruct, reconstruct, figure out how to design our worship spaces and our worship experience that are based in human-based design and universal design. Universal design leans into the principle that if someone who is less able has the access to something, everyone has access to something. In human-based design, it is similar. Who are the humans that are involved in this process, and what do those particular humans need in order to be able to have access and feel seen and feel heard by God in those spaces? So imagine how we can be curious. How can we be joyful? And how can we get a little messy, because it's kids, we're gonna get a little messy, with how we do this and move forward together. So I had to create a leadership team. Oop, that's a save the date, don't do that yet. And being someone who has grown up in New Jersey, I was a pastor in the New Jersey Synod for 17, almost 18 years, and Bishop Brian asked me to come do this, and I thought, great, but I don't know a whole lot of people in the Southeastern Pennsylvania Synod, so I leaned on other people, and so far, we have a great leadership team of it happens to be women, female presenting people. It was not the intention. We are still looking for more members, but I am really grateful. And if you're here and you want to stand up and just be known, Miss Allie Clark, who is in Red Hill, she's also at the Ken Crest table, so that's probably why she's not in here right now. The Reverend Kayla Hopgood, I saw her in here, there she is. Alicia Kapenka, she is from Faith Emmanuel, where Pastor Moses is the pastor. She's awesome. And then the Reverend Erica Wesh. I took the other half of her time. It's great. This core team of leaders and I are going to be working together to help the writing team make the curriculum, to help implement some of the things that we're going to be doing, and especially walk with congregations and plan events that will help you to discern the way forward for full inclusion of children in your worship spaces. One of the things this grant talks about and what the grant provides for, I know during our budget talks, we talked all about how these grants give us all this money. And you're probably thinking, well, where is my money? Don't worry. Over the course of 4 years, after we get everything set up, there will be a pot of money of $45,000 per year to give out micro grants to congregations to implement the things that you discover would be helpful in actually making sure that you can be a safe and accommodating and welcoming place for children in your worship spaces. So that money can be used for creating playgrounds, if that's something that you want to do. That's creating a space within the worship space to have children. You could use that for putting story Bibles in your pews next to the other Bibles. You could use that for whatever you come up with, but you can apply for that money. And that's every year for 4 years, we're able to give out that money. Please let me give you the money. Please. I want you to save the date for November 22nd, 2026. I know it's close to Thanksgiving. It's only probably going to be a half a day anyway. You can spare it. We're going to have a worship learning lab, and that's exactly what it sounds like. We're going to experiment, we're going to be curious, we're going to be joyful, and we are going to ponder anew how to welcome children in worship in new and exciting ways. We did a survey this week, and many of you took my survey. 62 people took the survey. That's really impressive. As someone who has done surveys before, 62 people is a lot. That was about 49 congregations took the survey. That data helps us to plan what these worship learning labs can look like. What are you most interested in? What are the things that you think would most help you to do this? And the ways that we do this together are both going to be getting some of those ideas out in those worship learning labs, and also getting into the nitty-gritty within your congregations to see how we do this well and how we make it so that you can create, at the end of the process, a welcome statement explicitly saying you are a welcoming place for children in worship, so that people who are looking for places to be, people who are looking for a place to call home for their worship life, can know that you are a welcoming and accommodating and wonderful place for children to be in worship. That is what this project is about. We are still getting our feet under us. We are still getting a lot of this work done. I've been saying to some people, just wait till next Synod Assembly, when we have some really good stuff to show you. I'm excited. But the first thing I get to do is give away the prizes. If you did the survey, I promised you that 2 congregations would get a bag of books to take home back with them. The books are from Augsburg. All of them are from Augsburg Fortress. It is all of the board books from Dan Erlander, all of the Dan Erlander board books, 2 frolic books, 1 new storybook called Mary and the Gardener. It's a great Easter story. You could use it this weekend for the final Sunday of Easter, or Pentecost, whatever. And in a wonderful turn of the Holy Spirit, God's Holy Darkness, which we read last night. One of my favorite picture books. So I can announce that these were randomly chosen. I have witnesses to the randomness of this. The 2 congregations are St. Peter's in Philadelphia and Evangelical Lutheran Church in Durham. If you're here, come get it. You'll take the Durham back. Can't use it. Is the dean of the conference, or St. Peter's, is here? Where's the dean? Noah, can you take this to St. Peter's, please? It's like dean, other duties as assigned, right? Don't take this. I covet your prayers as we continue to do this project. Please reach out to me. My email address is just acook@sepa.org. And I'd love to come and see what you're up to in your congregations. Some of you have reached out to me already. I also do supply work, so that's good too. But I'd love to see what you're doing for children and how I can help you think through that even more. So thank you for your time. Thank you for giving me this time, and I'm just happy to be here. Again, it's my dream job. So.